Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome to Gears Tactics. Certainly not something I expected to find in my inbox, but here we are. Apparently, I have somehow ended up on Microsoft and Team Xbox's radar, so special thanks to them for sending me an early copy of the game. Now, I've played it off-screen, and I will say that Gears Tactics is a surprisingly faithful, turn-based adaptation of the conventional Gears of War series. That said, it is fairly fast-paced, so we're going to try to keep things moving here.
After years of endless war, humanity had finally found peace. Until Emergence Day. When a monstrous new enemy, black-hearted and savage, emerged from below and laid siege to our world. Our losses have been great. Our resolve is far greater. My fellow tyrants, today, the coalition of ordered governments strikes back. These unclean beasts, these locusts, will advance no further. I, Chairman Prescott, have authorized a full planetary strike from our Hammer of Dawn weapons arsenal. On my order, the COG has placed infantry detachments in key cities to mop up any surviving locust. For those citizens unable to evacuate to safety in time, the Coalition appreciates your sacrifice. Forgive us. This is the only way.
Chin up, Private. If you can survive Prescott's bullshit, you can survive anything.
He's torching the whole world to kill the grubs, Sarge. Am I ever gonna see him again?
I don't know. Looking for shelter? Come on, join the party.
You're gonna want to get that.
Diaz.
Special order, Sergeant. Proceed immediately to General Beckett's office at CIC to retrieve a classified document. Acknowledge.
No, you've got the wrong gear. I just run the motor pool.
You have your orders. Control out.
And let me guess, you're coming too.
Well, if you insist.
Looks like we're on foot from here. CIC's up ahead.
Locust troops inbound.
Drones, I see them.
Get into cover, Diaz. You forget how to fight in the motor pool?
Something like that.
Okay, so we are obviously in the tutorial sequence, which is actually pretty well handled, so we're just going to run through it full tilt. Worth noting, we've got gridless movement here.
I've got a clear line on this drone. Engaging now. Target down. Got one more in range. Damn. Grub's dug in. We need to flank him.
Roger that. Moving into position.
Standard directional cover system. Occasional destructible cover.
He's easy pickings now.
Optional detail mode, which gives you better context on the percentages you're seeing. Not something I tend to use, but extra information is always welcome.
Should have stayed underground, grub.
Now, unlike a lot of other modern turn-based games, Gears Tactics uses a 3-action system and does not end your turn after making an attack, so you've actually got a surprising amount of tactical flexibility. You do have a team-based initiative system, but that's actually tied pretty heavily into the late-game action economy system. Not something we have to worry about just yet, though.
The hammer strikes aren't gonna wait for us. Finish off these grubs so we can get to the CIC.
Won't even break a sweat.
And here comes the obligatory over-the-top Gears of War gore.
Proceeding on foot.
I'm almost impressed.
Now that was an instant kill, but note that the ability is now on cooldown. For better or worse, Gears Tactics does make heavy use of cooldown timers. Sid actually has a very similar instant kill move,
On standby.
but in his case, he needs an unobstructed charge path.
You ready for this?
All right, let's move. You got a name, soldier?
Redburn. Sid Redburn.
Tell me something, Sid Redburn. You clearly know where you're going. So why am I here?
I guess someone up there likes you, Sergeant.
From what I understand, these are both characters introduced in the later games, Gears of War 4 and 5. Personally, I never played past the original trilogy, so it's all new to me.
Advancing.
And here is our immediate counter to those instant melee kill abilities.
Multiple wretches inbound! Take them out before they swarm us!
If we actually try charging these guys, they'll instantly counter, not only interrupting our attack, but also leaving us stranded out in the open.
They're in my sights. I'll overwatch them on this side.
Gears Tactics uses a fairly intuitive overwatch system. You've got a semi-adjustable cone. The width is set by your weapon, but you can adjust the length of the cone. You'll also take multiple shots based on the number of actions you have left.
Come on, establish your overwatch. Target acquired. I'll keep watch from this angle. Scanning for grubs now.
Wrong move, shit stains.
I can't move until you disable their overwatch.
Of course, it is worth noting that enemies will also try to use Overwatch on you. You'll want to take that into account when you're choosing your positions.
I can't move until you disable their overwatch.
Already on it, Diaz.
Wretch down. Time to finish off that drone.
Ah, more of the over-the-top Gears of War gore. In this case, the execution system. Basically, if you just barely take an enemy down, then they'll be left in a vulnerable state, which will allow you to execute them. Aside from looking cool, it grants an immediate +1 action point to every other member of your squad. It's one of the most basic ways to manipulate the in-game action economy.
Sight like that makes the gear feel downright inspired. Got something extra for that drone.
More contacts. This better be one hell of an important document we're after.
Above our pay grade, Sergeant. Let's just get to the CIC before we're flash fried. Shit, my weapon's dry. Gotta reload. Too goddamn easy. Okay. Reloading!
Let's pull back and wait for them to come to us.
Heading out!
What's next? Setting up a kill zone. Walk right into it.
Whoops.
Let's mess them up. Threat eliminated.
Ready for more.
Should have reloaded before I set that Overwatch.
One less grub. Yes.
With prejudice.
I got this area.
Let's do it. In transit. On it. Enemies inbound.
I see you.
Almost out.
Time to play exterminate. Shit, down to one shot. Target down. Reloading.
We'll just make sure we actually top off this time.
Keeping watch.
Bro, get ready.
Bagged and tagged.
Let's mess them up.
We're clear. Into the CIC.
Okay.
Grubs are on the move.
All right. Snap to it. That Reaver's doing a flyby.
Inside, go! Now what are we looking for?
The most classified looking file they got.
The hell?
Plenty of time to read that later. We're in for a fun ride, you and me.
No. I told Prescott. I don't do that shit anymore.
Time to go. Couldn't hide out in the motor pool forever, Diaz. Move!
The hammer's closing in fast. Get back to the APC.
Shit! Reaver dropped off reinforcements!
Here they come. Wretches.
We don't have time for this! Clear him out with a frag grenade!
Gladly. Throwing frag. Ret 4 for the price of 1.
Now let's kill the rest so we can evac.
We're getting a little more freedom here, so
Okay.
let's be careful. Oh, shoot. That cover is too high for us to see over. Alright, let's relocate.
We're covered here. Everyone, look sharp!
Nice try, asshole.
All right, we're up.
You'll notice that although our Overwatch fire didn't kill this guy, it did hit him hard enough to interrupt his action. That leaves him stuck out in the open and a lot easier to finish off.
Here.
Go ahead. Moving! That's what the old get the horns. On a skewer. From down.
Let's see what they got. Ready to engage.
That's what I thought.
Right.
And stay down.
In transit.
Shit! What now?
There! A way around!
Great, the goddamn scenic route.
What's the play here?
Backfall! Now!
What? You going bad shit?
Holy shit.
I'll say one thing for Prescott. The man's thorough.
Come on. Let's find a way back.
To a goddamn crisp. Better hope our APC isn't torched too, or it's gonna be a long walk to the bunker.
Looks like we're not done just yet.
Got locust activity.
Go time! Hit him hard!
There's our first loot container. You'll usually see about 3 of those per mission. They come color coordinated for your convenience, ranging from the lowly common here, all the way up to the orange legendaries. A little artificial, but at least it's familiar and intuitive.
This mission will be good for you, Diaz.
Whatever you say.
Don't play coy. You were flying up the ranks, then you bust yourself down to the motor pool? For what?
To get the hell away from Prescott's missions.
Everyone, look sharp!
Time to get prepped.
That sounds like an emergence hole. Get up there! Grubs will be tunneling out soon.
They're already back at it, huh? So much for Prescott's hammer strikes. Hitting the road.
That is an enemy spawn point.
Uh-huh.
So we can prepare accordingly.
Keep it watch.
Here they come!
We got locusts coming up from underground. They never learn.
Put a frag grenade in that emergence hole. If we don't close it, they'll just keep pouring out.
You think this is the first E-hole I've seen, Sergeant?
These things are pretty straightforward. Usually, the enemies will appear from off-screen or literally fall from the sky, but occasionally they will instead appear via emergence hole. Until we shut this thing down, it will continue spitting additional drones at us. Let's see what we can do here.
Ready.
Standing by.
Just too far for a grenade. Let's shuffle up the side here. Ah, no line of sight. I guess we should shuffle a little farther.
Hot potato, shithead. Last hit one E-hole.
Yep.
Okay, now we are back in business.
Keeping watch. Here they come.
Nice.
Time to get cracking.
Looks like they've got both of our guys covered this time. Guess we'll have to draw some fire. That's fine. Haven't had a chance to show off the healing grenade yet, anyway.
Charging! Need a lift? Threat eliminated. Gonna show you out. I'm ready. Only one left.
On my way. Exterminate.
And there we go. Let's get that patched. Worth noting that because Diaz is a support class, he comes standard equipped with the healing grenade. But you can swap it out for a frag grenade if you prefer.
Let's heal you up.
Who fucking raws?
Language.
Bring it, shitheads.
All right, we're up. Yep.
On it.
Affirmative.
Buckle up, people. Not your lucky day. Hostile.
Nice.
All right, we're up.
Notice that even though we're using an alternating team-based initiative order, the enemies also seem to have their own internal initiative order. More expendable units, like wretches, tend to go first. That way they eat up all of your Overwatch fire and make it safer for the ranged enemies to approach.
Target down.
I'm ready. Proceeding on foot.
Grub's coming. All right, snap to it.
Taking out the trash. Down and out.
Okay, I think we're done.
Okay.
Let's get back to base. Looks like we get a small assortment of common weapon mods to start us off. Not too shabby.
Look around, Diaz. War's not over. We need to talk about Prescott's mission. This grub named Zukon.
Save it. I fix things now. And that's it. Shit. The bunker. No blast marks. This wasn't the hammer.
No, it wasn't. This was Ukon.
So this is the grease pit you traded your command for. Comms work in this dump at least?
Let's hope not.
Lieutenant Colonel Diaz, it's been too long.
It's Sergeant now, Chairman. Hope this was worth dodging your hammer strikes for.
Yes, well, I'm glad to see your time in the motor pool has indulged your talents. Open it. You're looking at the only known photos of a locust called Ukon, the enemy's resident geneticist. A monster who makes monsters. Corpsers, Brumots, his work. We need him eliminated.
I don't run ops anymore. Not after Gatka Ridge.
Sulking won't undo the past, Diaz. You want to save lives today? Stop squandering your tactical gifts and take Ukon down before he creates something even worse. I can't offer you much. No personnel, no resupply.
Hold up. If this grub's as dangerous as you say, I need equipment. Soldiers. An army.
Oh, you always were resourceful. Recruit whatever gears you find and figure out the rest. As for your incident in Gatka, try to do better this time.
A heartwarming reunion.
If we do this, you work for me, not Prescott. Got it?
You're the boss. Motor pool.
Come on. Let's find some more gears.
Ah, so close. I thought we had a more even distribution of kills than that. Oh well. Alright, so this is our strategic layer. It's actually pretty simple. We just use this screen to recruit new soldiers, handle level ups and re-equipping, and then we choose a new mission to go embark on. Ah, right. And because they were kind enough to send me an early copy of the game, I guess I qualify for the pre-order bonus. Which in this case is Thrashball Cole, about the only character here that I actually recognize. Because he's a purely optional character, he doesn't actually have any link to the story. He's just a unique hero unit with a custom appearance, unique armor, and a unique voice pack. Oh, let's crack open that case. Retro Lancer mod. Hair trigger. Basically a 5% chance to grant an extra shoot attack. Not the most reliable mod, but certainly nothing to sneeze at. At any rate, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Okay, I was hoping that Diaz would go up a level, but since he didn't, let's at least go over the basics here. There are 5 core classes in Gears Tactics, with Diaz here being a support, which, much like it sounds, means that he's focused on passively and actively healing his allies, and providing an assortment of buffs. He's also got that Chainsaw Rush, which is unique to the support class. Then we've got Sid, who is our first Vanguard. They're basically your rank-and-file assault class. Unlike Diaz, he actually gained a level, which really just means he gained 2 skill points. As you can see just above the tutorial window there, the maximum number of skill points you can get is 18, which implies that max level is 10. To put that into perspective, each class actually has 34 separate skills. As you can see here, each skill tree is broken into 4 loosely organized branches, each one favoring a slightly different playstyle. Ultimately, you'll eventually get enough skill points to completely fill 2 of those branches. And it is worth noting that while it is slightly more efficient to stay completely to the left or the right, you can actually mix and match any 2 skill branches pretty easily. In this particular case, we've got the Warden tree, which is all about durability and long-term survival. We've got the Shock Trooper tree, which is all about intimidation and in-your-face bayonet charges. We've got the Paladin tree, which is your basic team player branch. And then we've got the Assault tree, which is your basic offense at the cost of defense tree. In this case, I think we'll play it relatively safe, and we'll start leaning towards the left branches. We don't want to go completely defensive though, so we'll also grab Leech, which actively rewards us for more aggressive tactics. Alright, let's have a look at equipment. Now, the first thing I should note here is that you can't actually change your primary weapon. That is dictated by your character class. But what you can do is swap out the 4 separate mod slots, which will let you fine-tune the weapon to your preferred strategy, and will have an actual, tangible in-game effect on the weapon's appearance. In this particular case, we have equipped the Hair Trigger. As we've established, it grants us a small but notable chance to gain a bonus attack whenever we shoot at an opponent. We don't have any options for magazines just yet, but we do have a common digital scope, which grants a flat plus 50% to our crit damage. And no barrel mods. Then we've got Gabe's normal Lancer, which actually draws from its own pool of mods. We'll go ahead and equip that drum mag. That increases our ammo cap by 1. And we will also equip that precision scope, which grants a flat plus 5% to accuracy. It's also worth noting that we will eventually have options for armor and some slight upgrades for our secondary and grenade slot items, but we don't have those just yet, so we won't worry about it right now. Instead, let's see if we can knock out another mission. Not much to choose from just yet, but that will get us more experience points and more equipment to play with. But more notably, it will get us our first couple of generic customizable soldiers. Oh, also worth noting that while we've only got 2 to choose from right now, squads do cap at just 4 soldiers. Less than I'd like, but I will admit, it does make things more tense.
Alder's a ghost town now, so our recruiting options are thin. Our best bet for gears is Echo 5, a mop-up unit stationed nearby. Let's pay him a visit. Gonna need to commandeer this whole platoon for our little grub hunt. That won't go down easy.
Don't you worry. Been working on my recruiting pitch.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
Up ahead.
Hey! Over here!
Okay, cupcakes. Listen up.
Everybody in one piece? We're looking for Echo 5.
That's us, sir. Grubs just ambushed our unit half a click up the road. Came out of nowhere.
All right, you're with us now. Let's go find your people.
Sure as hell hope there's a squad left to recruit.
Damn. No one's left. Let's check out the ambush site. See if there's any sign of those gears.
Yep.
Heavy here.
All right. That grants us our first 2 non-hero units, who also just happen to represent 2 of the remaining 3 core classes. First up, we've got our heavy here, who, as the name implies, focuses on heavy firepower, both offensively and defensively.
Ready.
And then we've got our first scout, a highly mobile, short-range assault trooper, who can also turn invisible for a single turn at a time, and has an unusual focus on demolitions. You might expect that to be the purview of the heavy, but here we are. Anyway, let's move up and check out this ambush site. We'll want to make sure we keep our guys reasonably well spaced here.
In transit.
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Grubs are still here. Take them out.
Should have left when you had the chance, assholes.
Oh, there they are.
I've got Overwatch.
Oh, I don't think I noted it before, but you can clearly see the areas that aren't covered by your Overwatch cone. That's a nice touch. You'll also notice that because our scout is using a shotgun, she has a much shorter but wider Overwatch arc.
On it.
Get ready. Nice try, asshole.
Nice.
Let's get this show rolling.
Okay, obviously we can't safely approach on the right, because we've got multiple overlapping enemy Overwatch arcs.
Scout reporting in.
But a single well-placed grenade should hopefully resolve that. Generally speaking, anything that causes knockback will also cause an interrupt effect.
Throwing frag!
Here.
That's one down. We've still got, what, 5 to go? Let's start pushing towards that crate on the left.
Moving up.
That'll also start moving us into a flanking position.
On it.
What?
Yeah.
That's an overextend. Don't want to do that. Worth noting, enemies will try to revive fallen allies.
Affirmative.
Move into position. Scanning now.
Grubs coming. Not your lucky day.
Yeah, see? They've got Diaz pinned.
Yes.
Let's finish off this guy.
You got it. No prisoners. Back in your hole.
Grab that crate. Blue means rare.
Here.
Coming through, assholes.
Comm struck ahead. We want to find the rest of Echo 5. That's where we start looking.
Target down. I'm on it. Getting low.
Standing by.
All right. Let's see about helping Diaz.
Support on hand.
Taking position. Any regrets?
Subtle.
I'm here.
On second thought, I think Diaz might actually be okay over there.
On Overwatch.
Only certain types of actions, such as movement or attacking, will actually trigger enemy overwatch. In this case, we're not under immediate threat, so we'll just counter overwatch.
On it. Got enemy activity.
Whoop. Should have put the cone further to the left.
Make it count.
Yes.
Yep. Move into position.
Awaiting orders.
Found some salvage.
Okay, there we go.
Not a problem.
Almost out. I'm out.
Last round.
Your history.
Orders?
Enemies are usually more aggressive than this.
No problem. I missed!
Ready.
I'm here.
You know what? We will just do this the easy way. We'll have our scout turn invisible, and she will just walk through the enemy overwatch cone.
Grub's dusted.
Not much point in executing that guy, so we'll just shoot him.
Dropped one.
On my way.
Reporting. Dropped them.
Watch it! Here they come! All right, we're up. Yeah.
Orders.
common equipment crate.
I'm ready.
Brace for assholes! Ready or not, scumbags.
Alright, let's do this.
In transit. Grubs caught these gears by surprise. We'll bring their tags home at least.
Let's prep for incoming.
I'm here.
I'm listening. Eyes peeled.
No idea where these guys are actually showing up, so we're just guessing here.
Copy. Keeping watch.
Let's hope they hit us on the left.
Here comes trouble. Grubs, 12 o'clock.
Oh good, they're coming from the right. Aha! You know what? That actually worked out pretty nicely.
All right, snap to it.
I read you.
Alright, now, I should note that every time our heavy takes a shot, such as he just did on Overwatch, he'll gain a stack of Anchored, up to a maximum of 5 stacks. Each stack of Anchored grants him a bonus to both accuracy and damage, making him significantly deadlier, but you will lose those stacks if you actually move him. Thankfully, we've already got our heavy in a pretty good position.
That all you got? Bring it on, I'm ready.
In transit. Should be useful.
Yep. Slinging lead.
Standing by.
Okay, let's knock out that cluster. And then we can deal with the emergence hole.
Here, catch! And stay down. Understood. Setting up a perimeter.
Eyes sharp. Got another wave inbound. Eliminate.
Whoops. Guess we were a little too close. Okay, not an ideal situation, but I think we've got this.
Acknowledged.
Now, Sid can knock out the E-hole.
Copy.
Frag out. E-hole shut.
We definitely can't leave Diaz where he is, so let's see if we can tag that other guy from here.
Heading out. Shot missed.
All right, we will have to move our heavy.
Oh, come on! Running dry!
There we go.
What's next?
Plus, we picked up 2 stacks of anchored.
Thinning them out.
Walk it off.
Changing position.
Stay down.
Ready. Down and out.
Okay, now for the wretches.
Throwing frag! Took you out.
Lovely.
Hitting the road.
Odds are no one will actually get this far, but it certainly can't hurt.
Scanning now.
Don't think the grubs are bringing cookies. Let's mess them up.
Will do, Sid.
On it. Target is down.
Yeah.
Gotta knock out that Overwatch.
Ammo's going dry. Pure talent.
Okay, now.
Alright, we'll just counter Overwatch here.
Got my eyes peeled.
Make sure we're topped off.
Eyes peeled.
Watch it! Here they come!
Got a runner! Your history!
Oof.
Here we go.
Well, that hurt, but it certainly could have been worse. Oh, right. I guess Sid's regen already healed him.
This should help.
On standby.
Reloaded.
Go ahead. You got it. On Overwatch.
Waiting orders. Keeping watch.
Got enemy activity.
Got one shot.
Almost out.
Keep it up! 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 Keep it up!
I think we've got this.
Last round!
Okay. No problem. End of story.
That can't be good for your gun.
That's all of them. Now, first the bunker. What happened here? Now this.
Ukon's wiping out the mop-up crews. Emulsion.
He didn't kill all of them. Drag marks.
You sure they're alive?
Dead bodies don't kick. If those gears are lucky, TACCOM should pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
And there they are. Let's go.
Fantastic. Our first 2 recruits, an assortment of common items, and our very first rare case. Not a bad start. Once again, just shy of 2 level ups. But I guess that's fine. At any rate, there's obviously more to see, but I think we've covered most of the basics here. Let's crack these cases, and then we will hit the pause button. Hey, there's our first helmet. Not too shabby. Okay, like I said, I think we're at a pretty good stopping point, so we're going to hit the pause button here. But one last thing I will note is that I can actually lightly customize these generic soldiers. I can't change their faces or physical builds, but I can change their hair, their armor coloration, as well as their first and last names. Though for some reason, the call signs can only be drawn from a pre-made list. The first few recruits are going to be based on a handful of my patrons, but if you'd like a chance to be added to the roster, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Gears Tactics, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Twitch channel, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages on Steam and Xbox Game Pass. As always, links are in the description.